Hi, sir. I noticed that you haven't ordered yet.
Finally. Yeah, thanks. I'll have the...
I'm not your server. I'm actually the host of the 5-Minute Trivia podcast. Very popular. But I was thinking you should order the nachos.
That's not even on the menu.
Or maybe a sandwich.
No, I was actually thinking a salad.
Oh, don't get a salad. Never pay for a salad.
Is anyone hearing this guy? This guy wants me to boycott salads.
Boycott. Interesting choice of words. Hey, do you know what boycotts, nachos, and sandwiches all have in common?
Things that I don't want.
No, they're all named after real people. And on this week's show, we're going to tell their stories.
Show? What show? What are you talking about?
We're kind of doing a podcast here.
Oh, that's what that is. That's actually pretty cool. Sorry, I think we got off on the wrong foot here.
No worries. That happens all the time.
We choose to go to the moon.
The rum-tum tugger is a curious cat.
100 billion other galaxies.
Right now, you like me.
Welcome to 5-Minute Trivia, where we're making the world smarter 5 minutes at a time. I'm your host, R.M. Zubairi. In 1880, Irish tenant farmers had a problem. Their harvest had been poor, and they couldn't afford the rent they owed their absentee landlord. They asked for some relief, which was denied. In response, the entire town organized a campaign to make life miserable for the local rent collector. They didn't work the fields or clean his stables. Local markets refused to sell him anything, and even the postman wouldn't deliver his mail. The rent collector's name was Captain Charles Boycott. When word of the campaign against Boycott spread, a news reporter turned his name into a verb. And from there, it just took off. Initially, the word was specifically meant for collective action against land agents like Boycott, but it quickly evolved into a general-purpose term for any organized act of refusal. The word boycott itself evolved its own pun in 1968 when an Olympic hurdler named Lacey O'Neill coined the term girlcott to describe similar actions by female athletes. In the Mexican town of Piedras Negras, nobody boycotted the Victory Club restaurant. The place was so popular that American soldiers stationed in Eagle Pass, Texas, would cross the border just to eat there. One day in 1943, a group of military wives went to the Victory Club for a meal. The maitre d' went back to the kitchen but couldn't find the chef. He did find some freshly fried corn tortillas, so he cut them up into triangles and then added shredded cheese and jalapenos. The maitre d's name was Ignacio Anaya, and like many people named Ignacio, he went by Nacho. When one of the wives asked him what the dish was called, he said it was Nachos Special. Anaya went on to open his own place called Nacho's Restaurant. Today, in Piedras Negras, you can find a bronze plaque in his honor, and October 21st is the International Day of the Nacho. There's a nacho competition, and Anaya's son, Ignacio Anaya Jr., serves as a judge. If you take two nachos and put them together, is that a sandwich? What about a hot dog or a burrito? What even is a sandwich? So we'll come back to that in a minute, but just like boycotts and nachos, the sandwich was also named for a real person. John Montagu was an 18th century British aristocrat. He served as Postmaster General, First Lord of the Admiralty, and the Secretary of State. He also inherited a noble title from his grandfather. He was the 4th Earl of Sandwich. That title had been held by the House of Montagu since 1660, but it would be almost 100 years before any of them thought to put some meat between two slices of bread. The popular rumor is that Earl Montagu was such an insatiable card gambler that he couldn't be bothered to take time for a proper meal, so he just had his servants bring him something he could eat with one hand. But his biographer claims that he was just a workaholic who took meals at his desk because he was too busy running the Navy. Note for trivia night, Earl Montagu was a big supporter of Captain James Cook and got a bunch of island groups named after himself, including the Sandwich Islands in the Pacific and the South Sandwich Islands in the Atlantic. Today, the Sandwich Islands are better known as Hawaii. Second note for trivia night, the FDA and the Department of Agriculture both have an official definition for a sandwich. At least 35% cooked meat and no more than 50% bread. That does exclude burritos, fajitas, piles of nachos, and, unfortunately, calzones. And that is today's show. We'll see you next time, and thanks for listening.